Welcome to Tekichat, AI for insurance agents. My name's Adam Jackson, I'm from Bilberry Media, and I'm very excited to show you this latest technology. We've been researching chatbots for the last 2 years, and we've got to the point now where we have a product that can literally change the way you do business. So what is Tekichat? It's a new service that utilizes the advanced AI chatbot technologies that work with inside Messenger. So it's like having a trained team of live operators working for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It significantly reduces marketing and customer service costs. It dramatically boosts conversions and sales, and it increases efficiency and productivity as well as profitability. So how does it work? Tekichat uses Facebook Messenger chatbot technologies and can perform a range of tasks including lead generation, online marketing and client service and support. It works through chatbots, which are programmable robotic agents trained to interact with live users in much the same way as a trained live agent would do. Only chatbots are always on hand and they can respond to unlimited amounts of inquiries simultaneously. The chatbot technology has advanced exponentially since 2015 and is now the preferred method of communication for consumers. More of that later. So let's have a look at lead generation. We look at traditional lead generation, where you will send prospects or leads to a web page or to an opt-in form. So prospects will visit that page and it will link through to a contact form. Sometimes the page itself will have an opt-in form on it. Either way, it's going to show something like this, which is a contact form. Normally there will be just a few fields, because the more fields you have, the longer it will take the end user to complete, and when they see too many fields, they leave. In fact, it's a really efficient way of collecting data, and I'll show you why in a second. Tekichat works in a completely different way. So what it does is, either through a web page or a link in an email or a comment on a post, it will send the prospect straight through to an instant chat with the chatbot. So it's very engaging. Let's have a look at the different results. You have, in traditional lead generation, you've got the form. In Tekichat, you've got instant messaging. Traditional involves a very high, what they call bounce rate. That means people that leave the page without completing the form. You've got somewhere between 87 and 97% of people will leave the page. You've got a very slow and inconvenient form of giving data or asking for data, because even when someone's filled in that form, they are then normally required to confirm by email, so they have to wait for an email to arrive in their inbox, then click a button in that email, and then they get the information. And this is all very time consuming for the end user and for the administrator too, because all of the data has to be filtered and collated and analyzed and put in the right place. Tekichat works completely differently. There's instant engagement. It's very fast and very convenient. It is fully automated and hands-free. It answers general inquiries. It makes appointments. It collects data, and it automates personal follow-ups too. So you can, if someone hasn't given you the data that you require, you can easily follow up. Have it automated to follow up 10 minutes later, or you can have a series of sequence of follow-ups. 10 minutes afterwards, a couple of hours after that, and maybe the next day, depending upon your mode of business. So as far as instant engagement is concerned, what is remarkable for most people when they see this technology is that Tekichat knows your prospect's name, gender, and location as soon as they click the button or send a message, or even if they comment on a post. It has that data instantly and then can respond instantly to them in a personal way. It enables the bot to interact with the prospect on a uniquely personal level, and which makes it engaging for the prospect, and it gathers any additional information really easily. Fast and convenient. Unlike web forms that are cumbersome and take time for the user to complete and also for the business owner to analyze, Tekichat handles the data collection seamlessly and effortlessly. It engages the prospects in a really fun and super easy way that people prefer. So conversations can be triggered by clicking a link in an email or a web page, or sending a message on a Facebook page, or commenting on a Facebook post. And this is where it gets really clever, you can set specific links or specific phrases or specific comments to trigger different conversations. So if someone is interested in, for example, life insurance, you can have it trigger the life insurance conversation. So you don't have to say at the beginning, well, what are you interested in, John? It will know exactly what they're interested in. So it's really intelligent technology. It can also, in addition to answering inquiries and collecting data, Tekichat can make appointments. So it can check your calendar, it can send reminders via email or messenger. So for example, it will check whether an appointment time can be made on a specific time and day, then it can make the appointment. It can then send reminders to your prospect of any meeting that's been set up. For example, the day before, it can say, "Hi John, just to confirm our meeting tomorrow at 4:30. And then even, for example, an hour before the meeting, it can send them a message or even an email saying, "Hi John, just to let you know I'll be there in an hour's time, looking forward to seeing you," something along those lines. So it's like having a complete team of operators on hand who will look after your diary and interact with, as I say, unlimited clients and unlimited prospects. And if the bot can't answer a user's inquiry, it can be set to pass the conversation on to a live operator or make a call. And again, it's very intelligent in that it can tell the time of day both for the user and for the business. So if the inquiry comes at a time when the business is closed, so for example 6 o'clock on a Friday, maybe the office is shut, so if the inquiry comes after 6 o'clock, then it can send a different message to an inquiry that's come in before 6 o'clock. That way, for example, it can send, if the office is open, it can send someone through to a live agent or to make a call. If the office is closed, it can just come back with a response. Thanks for your inquiry, John. Unfortunately, our office hours are 9 till 6. We're currently closed, but one of our operators will get back to you first thing in the morning, and then it can add that to do on your CRM too. So it's quite incredible in all of the admin that can be handled just by your chatbot. It will integrate with most CRM, certainly the web-based CRM. It must be web-based, but whatever your CRM is, the likelihood is Tekichat can integrate with it. Now, if you're spending money on Facebook ads, again, Tekichat comes into its own. It can dramatically reduce your ad spend, and it does this in two ways. So number one, it enables you to retarget prospects and follow up within Messenger rather than paying to keep retargeting adverts. So normally Facebook will say, if someone hasn't responded to an advert, you would have to send them another advert. But because you've already collected their data, it means you can follow up inside Messenger, or of course you can put them on your email autoresponder. That's just as simple and just as easy, and you can actually have them on both. The other way that you'll save money is that because you do not need to send prospects out to an external web page to collect your data, so you don't have to send them to an opt-in form, that means the cost of the ads are much, much lower. Facebook wants businesses to keep their users inside Facebook rather than sending them outside Facebook. And the beauty of Tekichat is that the chatbot will interact with the leads and take their data within the message itself. So you don't need to send them to an external web page, and therefore the cost of the ad is much cheaper. And in fact, you can set it so that the ad, which for most cases is going to be a post, most people boost a post for their adverts. You can have it so that the post can say comment below to receive your to make an appointment, or to receive your free guide, or whatever you're going to say. And then as soon as they comment on the post, they automatically get a message on Messenger. So and the message can also vary according to what they comment on the post too, so it can be really intelligent. As far as the collecting of the data, there is no quicker or easier way for you to collect and organize data, or for your prospects and clients to supply the information. There simply is no other way that competes with chatbots. The chatbot already knows a lot about the prospect, as I said before. It knows their name, gender, and their location, and it can record answers to any questions in the chat in real time, and send the specified data in the background via email, or record it to Google Sheets, Excel 365, or virtually any web-based CRM platform. And it all happens in real time. So there's no waiting around for anybody. This means that when you meet with or speak to your prospects, you already know everything you need to know about them and their situation. As I say, it's fully automated, so that means it's completely hands-free. Once it's programmed, everything is handled for you on autopilot in exactly the same way as if you were to have a team of people sitting there dealing with all the customer inquiries, making the appointments, and helping with any client support. If the bot cannot answer a user's inquiry, it can just be set to pass the conversation onto a live operator or call, as I said before. It will just move them along, and it can be set to send to different responses for based upon the user's time zone and the agent's time zone. As we said, you don't want to send an email or a message or email to a prospect or lead 3 o'clock in the morning their time, and similarly, you don't want them to try and call your office at 2 o'clock in the morning either, or even 8 o'clock in the evening if the office is shut. And so the bot will know exactly what their time is and what your time is, and it can make different responses, put them through different funnels according to the time zone. As far as data privacy is concerned, initially there are no issues because it's all taken care of by Facebook's privacy policy, and all the data is actually stored on Facebook Messenger until you send it out to a spreadsheet or your CRM. Now, of course, standard notices are required to be given, and you need to give your users the ability to opt in or out, as well as subscribe and unsubscribe to any ongoing messages and emails. But that can be done with a click of a button within the chat itself, so it's super easy to get that authority confirmation to send a newsletter, for example. And every time you send a newsletter, you must give people the option to unsubscribe. Having said that, it's you're going to get somewhere, as I say, about 99% of people will respond, will open a message when it's sent on Messenger as opposed to email. And I just want to stress the fact that no data is stored by Tekichat. All of the data is either stored on your Facebook Messenger page, that's on the Facebook page of for your business, or it's sent to your data center in wherever you send it, to your CRM or spreadsheets and so forth. And of course, we set all that up for you. But none of your client data, no data is stored by Tekichat at all. Let's have a look at the follow-ups in a little bit more detail. So, as I said before, it's working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, and it's exactly the same as having people, only It follows your systems to the letter. It never deviates from your scripts or your logic, and it will handle unlimited conversations simultaneously. It engages people literally on demand. The Tekichat engages with prospects and clients and follows up to ensure client satisfaction. It will pre-qualify your leads too, so it can answer questions, give presentations and make appointments to the right people at the right time, and it does all of this. Another thing Tekichat can offer is analytics of the data that you cannot get elsewhere. So for example, it can show you data of at what points in the conversation people are not responding. So you can basically make any funnel, any conversation, sales, marketing process more efficient by analyzing the responses. It will also build relationships for you, and it does this by ongoing broadcast or segmented user messages. So basically, it can send messages to specific types of prospects or clients, so whether they live in a different area or have different interests or different age group or different gender. So it can send based upon your segments. So you can decide, I only want to send messages to people, for example, interested in life insurance, and those that are interested in medical insurance would get different ones. And unlike email, these instant messages have a typical, as I say, 99% open rate within 10 minutes. And then of course, the bot will process feedback for you. It can follow up on leads and inquiries, obtain feedback, and then filter those prospects and clients based upon their interactions and feedback. Now, if you haven't heard of these chatbots and how they're affecting industry already, Oracle came out with a report last July 2017, and they found that businesses using chatbots or plan to use chatbots by 2020 came to 88% of those questions. So 88% of businesses questioned were actually using chatbots or plan to use them by 2020. They also found that 48 of businesses asked were actually already using chatbots. So that's a huge number, and by 2020 they think it's going to become way bigger, that virtually every business will be using chatbots, sort of like the new internet. And you can see through this data here from BI Intelligence that messaging apps now surpass social networks. That means more people are spending more time on messaging apps than they are on social networks. That is phenomenal. Another research study done by Grand View Research found that 45% of end users, of consumers, prefer chatbots as the primary mode of communication for customer service inquiries. Again, that is phenomenal. So, and we can see the growth rate of chatbots is currently at 35.2%. And the predictions are it's going to get bigger and faster over the next few years. A lot of Fortune 500 companies are already using chatbots for the various business models. And to summarize then, we've got a number of key benefits, chatbots, for your business. There's superior lead generation. It's 9 times, or it's been shown to be 9 times more effective than email. It reduces advertising spend, especially if you're using Facebook ads. It will cut down your customer service costs. It cuts admin costs and collates all the and organizes the data for you. It increases click-through rates. It collects and organizes data. It pre-qualifies leads. It segments leads and clients. It sends follow-up messages. It will send newsletters that have a 99% open rate. It can make and manage your appointments. It can send reminders, give presentations. It can check client satisfaction. It has superior analytics that you just cannot get anywhere else. And it handles unlimited conversations at the same time. And last but not least, all of this is handled for your business on autopilot. So that's Tekichat. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to have a quick demo and see it for yourself in action, just go to this, click this link here that will take you to a web page, and you can see, just click through, send to Messenger, and have a quick try out. Otherwise, if you'd like to contact us, here are our details, and we look forward to being in touch with you and helping you integrate the chatbot into your business. Thank you very much.